if I had no, hold on. If I had said no, I won't go. Would you be upset?
I wouldn't have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset. I'll just look at you weirdly.
Okay,
You will see the consequences of your action.
okay. So I
Not that
was
not saying I'm
forced
upset.
against my will.
No, you knew.
So
No,
this
you
is
knew the right thing to do.
this is a story about how we went to Ouse Valley Viaduct. If you don't know what I mean, there will be a video shortly. So this is how it came about. My friend Jerry, who had been trying to convince me forever to go on a hike, finally did so, and then I gave in. So we decided to go on a hike to the outskirts of London, because main London doesn't have a lot of sceneries to hike in. There are parks that we can walk around and then do some sort of a hike, but like I think outside of London is where main hikes happen. So basically, we went to Ouse Valley Viaduct. If you don't know what a viaduct is, basically, um, that whatever platform the train runs under, if it is a high platform, there is usually a space beneath the rails, and then that is a viaduct. And then this particular viaduct is quite big, and it gives this illusion of like yeah, perception, perspective, exactly. So yeah, it was quite nice. He convinced me immediately by showing, like he convinced me by just showing me some pictures, and I was like, okay, cool, this will be a great activity to go around. So yeah, um after he convinced me that we are going to go, we just set up, where we are going to meet up at, which was in Farringdon station. And then when we got there, we just met, we bought our tickets, and then we were straight off. I think it was about 1 hour away from Farringdon, so 1 hour away from the center of London. And then we just got to the station, and immediately we noticed the station was quite quiet, which is strange, given that I've been in London forever. A station being quiet is actually weird, especially uh, if you are not there, if the time is not like 9 p.m. or something, right? So we got there and it was quite quiet. We took out our cameras, we started taking some pictures here and there, and it was nice. We were looking for toilets.
People were greeting. People were greeting
Yes,
you.
yes, yes. That was weird. That was weird. I we for the first time, I think, since I've been to London, that a stranger will just see you and be like, "Hello, how are you doing?" or "Good morning." That was cool. That was
Like a
crazy.
regular Saturday in Ghana is
Auntie Amma is crazy, but yes, like it's like a regular day in Ghana, and then that was crazy.
they were so nice.
Yeah, they were so calm, and then it got me thinking that maybe I'm living in a bubble, so I would be exploring more. But that is a different this one.
But people here in this particular mainland, like central,
Yes,
are very mean. So for instance, you were
yes.
greeting
I was
somebody,
about
people
to
would just
exactly
ask,
say that
"You're
we
greeting to my eyeball." The
we
person did not respond. Wait, I was so pissed.
we went into we were going to the gym, and then there was a new guy at the concierge, so we were like, hello, like, good afternoon, and then the person was staring at us like blankly without
Like we are weird.
responding, right? And it was like a weird situation. I was like, huh. But then, like, this the valley, the place we went to was quite serene. Everybody was like hello. Every single person we passed by was like hello, hello, and it
And you
was
know what's
it was
crazy?
very nice.
Most of the food things are rich people. Just like the people who don't have money. They don't like
No, well, no, it gives off. Wait, hold on. It gives off the perception of rich, but it's not true. Sussex is, I think it's, yeah, I think we went to
Hey,
Sussex.
who now? We are staying around 8 acres. And a river view.
You no, you would think, right? Most of them actually inherited that, and then they don't have like physical money actually coming from that. So like their family
Why we
just
don't have
given.
some?
Yeah, fair. We don't have some. That's true. So yeah, yeah. So we got to the station. Everybody was super friendly, and then not. It's not like there were a lot of people that we kept hearing hello, hello. Like it was like very quiet town, And then when we were walking, everybody would be like, anybody would pass by, be like, hello, good afternoon, how are you doing? And it was quite nice for a change. So yeah, we took this, then we started walking in the town. So at this point, we were seeing a lot of houses, people in there, like people going about some of their businesses, some cars passing by. But generally, it was really quiet in the town. But then where we were going exactly was not in the town, it was actually outside the town. So that's the point of a hike. So we walked through the town and then immediately entered into a field. Yeah, officially started the hiking. We no, we saw the field. What did we see?
We entered and then there were some gates. Then we saw a road.
That's the field.
Road near a field.
No, the road I was still considered part of the town.
Okay.
Yeah, the road that's why I was saying like immediately outside of the like we walked through a specific gate and then we saw a field and then like the field was mesmerizing immediately. Like it was quite nice. There. And then we saw cows, like a bunch of cows.
The
Like
breeds of like for the breeds of animals here are crazy.
Yeah.
The dogs, the
yes,
cattle,
yes, we saw a bunch of dogs too.
like
Yeah.
they were so beautiful. And then gonna come and someone being like
Stop shit. No, no, but it's fine. Like it was quite a nice experience. The place was serene. It was quite like surreal. Like you would see a big field and then big trees and da, da, da. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we saw the Windows 7. We saw something that looked like the Windows 7 hill. I think I'll pop in a picture. We took a bunch of pictures. That was when I started taking a picture for the first time with this camera actually. So yeah, we went through the hill and it was quite a walk. I think I was getting tired at some point. Like fair points. Approaching 30, right? But like the it wasn't like it wasn't like super tiring. It's like something I've not done before. Yeah, I don't do a lot of cardio. Since I've been to London, the walking hasn't been a thing. Like because my work is right on top of the train station, so when I get there, I just walk to my desk. Yeah, no, being that.
that made me tired. So I was excited about the sea. So
Yeah.
I got to the place. After I was like, well, do we have to walk again?
Yes, yes,
And the
yes,
walk
yes.
after the
Yes.
viaduct was
We
crazy.
didn't.
That was
Yes,
pissing me off.
actually, yes, that's true. We didn't realize that it was a circular path, and then I think Jerry failed to mention that. Jerry, if you're watching this video, it's your fault. Like it's so basically a circular hiking path is like you
Well,
walk.
there's a shorter place. It's a shorter route, but we took to go.
Yes, that's the point of a circular route, right? So the
But
circular.
you know that there are options to do it. If you don't, if you cannot walk
No,
the circular route,
so
there's
here no here is where I disagree with you. A hiking trail is a hiking trail. Like even though yes there is a shorter path back, it is a hiking trail. You are not going there just to see the thing. In fact, that was the next point I was coming to. The apex of the hike where we went to see the thing, people just drove their cars, parked, took pictures, and left. That is not a hike we are going on. So if that's your point, then we should have just taken the short road, come back, and then just gone, right? But that's not the point. No, 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 no. But like that's what I'm saying. Like that's the point of the hike to see the road to the place is nice, and I think that the shorter path is less nice than the main path we took before seeing the place because I really liked everything we saw. We saw the dam, we saw a bunch of flowers, we saw like a bunch of bees as well.
And you saw you see when we were growing up, we used to watch like every summer American movies. They do like summer camp.
Oh
We
yeah,
saw
that was
vibe.
no, that was
I
weird.
almost cried.
That was weird. Yeah, I think that was weird because we are not in summer, right? For them to be outside and doing
Rich
summer
people make
stuff.
shit happen. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The fact that they were doing the summer thing was weird.
That is their day-to-day life.
Yes, it is weird. Even people who have like no, okay. To be fair, it was a Saturday, so like Saturday shenanigans can look like rich man stuff. Like to be fair, so like even that. Yes, we walked by a very beautiful lake, and then we the the first thing that struck me was there was a couple who had their house by the lake. And if you if you know anything about real estate or whatever, you know that that is actually some expensive house they have there. They were no, 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 that specific one, I think that specific one, I think it's like baller money because their house was right on top of the lake. Even if you inherited it, come on, like you do understand what I'm saying? Even if you inherited it, I didn't say what. I didn't say this is something that's wrong. All I'm saying is that that specific scene, because think about it, they were just sitting by the lake in front of their house, which happens to be by the lake, and then they had a dog, and then they were just chatting, and then it looked so, you know, yeah. Anyways, anyways, but that was nice. That was nice.
We took like the day we went for the house, so I think it was a really good day. Because normally people would like you get mad all over your face and
Yes, yes, it was sunny. There was no, yes, yes, yes. There was no mud. It was quite sunny. It was quite beautiful. A lot of people were actually also hiking. Yeah, the flowers were blooming. We took a bunch of flowers, a bunch of pictures of lavender, the lavender flowers as well. Yeah.
but that is what it smells like plants. And I saw a deer
Yes,
that they
yes.
for
I
their
think I
house
prompted you.
festival.
Yes, there
They
was a
didn't
deer.
want me, oh. I saw my sin.
I didn't
And I
tell you
said,
there was a
"Hey,
deer
look,
running. I didn't tell you that there was a deer run.
come follow your deer."
It's fine. It's fine. Nowadays, this is what we'll be arguing about. If whatever I'm saying is true or not. But it's fine. It's fine. But then, yes, we saw a deer. We saw a deer, and it was nice. I think that was right before the viaduct. Yeah, yeah.
When we got to where the cafes are, we saw the view. How they
Yes,
changed it.
yes. The that view was quite insane. Like to me, for me to see like a very large land with all that field was quite nice. But yeah, it was just a walk. It's just a walk that maybe I'll get used to it eventually, right? But yeah, so we did that. We saw the valley, and then like we were just awestruck. And then I think the other thing that also motivated this hike was Jerry's project, which is called Open Atmos. I think you will find it online right now, but it's currently in its beta season, or like it's like initial stages. Basically, you can go to any location, or he wants to go to any location that he finds interesting, and if he finds any beautiful sounds, ambient sound, animal sounds, maybe cultural processions, drums and stuff like that, he records it and then cleans up the audio and then puts it there. And then when you go to the site, you have this archive of sounds that you can pick from, right? I think it was quite nice. So you have this globe, and then for each section on the globe, you see a point indicating a sound that was taken from somewhere, and then when you click on it, it zooms into the area and then it shows pictures and whatever associated to the place. But then this specifically is made for sound, and then I think it's quite a nice archive, and then that was one of the reasons why we went. So we were doing that along the road, and then I was using this hike to test out my photography skills, which I took a lot of bad pictures because I didn't realize that I had to bump my f-stop. I have to reduce my f-stop down, and then check my ISO and then shutter speed. I messed all that up. But yes, yeah. Yes, but basically I took a lot of bad pictures, but some really came out really good, which will be on my Instagram if you want to take a look. But yeah, it was quite mesmerizing. It was just a long walk, but when we got there, it was quite worth it.
Well, not a lot.
Yes, not a lot. Yes, not a lot that it would like bum you out if you get there, but then enough to be like, oh, a lot of people know this place. And then, like I said, somebody just drove. Like I was standing and the person just drove, came to park, and then they just went and took pictures and then went back. And I was like, what? So you would see that those people are content creators. Oh my god. It's not like we are. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not a content creator.
We are live updates.
Okay, yes, we are life updaters. But yeah. So the other thing I also noticed was still on that friendly note, I would just see a couple of people be like, "Can I take a picture?" And then they would be so happy, pose for the picture, and then I would just take the picture. It was quite nice. Like the man who was just mowing his lawn, his big ass lawn, just very nice cottage, white house, very nice cottage by the roadside. But then he had a very big field, yeah, that he was mowing. I just waved at him. He waved back, and then I started taking a picture. And he was like this. He was like, I think that was cute, old man. But yeah,
So, like, after we go to the viaduct and to that project understanding, I think the trail to the train station back, I think it had a lot of nice things. So,
yes,
there I got
but
to see, you can't all say, like, if they tell you somebody has money and has a farm,
oh yeah,
farming and
the
they put these
farms,
houses, like,
the
pieces
farms were
of
insane.
land.
The farms were insane. You saw the truck that passed by us, right? Yeah, you if you saw those people dressed up, you wouldn't realize that like they owned the
It was
river.
giving Texas
Yes,
London.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But we yeah, yeah, we got a bunch of pictures there. The walk back,
Pink field or what?
it was yellow. It was yellow. I don't know what was there. We just couldn't walk there. And then by the way, some of the path it was private land, and then you would see a warning.
Private.
Yes,
They have a small part
the path, yeah, the path is public, and then if you see a private land with a restriction, it will tell you don't trespass. If you do trespass, guns may be used. I saw one. I saw one. I was like, what the hell? Like, just for me walking on your land, you are going to use gun. I'm even surprised, bro. But yeah. So it was a really nice experience. The only downside is when you get to the top, to wherever you want to see, the journey back is tedious. It's quite tedious because now you've come off this euphoric high of like, oh, I wanted to see this thing, and then now I have seen it, and then like now it's like, oh my god, I have to walk back, even though it was a slightly shorter walk.
Wild Valley. Never
Yes,
seen
wild garlics. I didn't even know. Yeah, me too. I didn't know that existed. Jerry was aware of this. It's just a leaf that smelled and then maybe tasted like garlic. You've still not prepared it. When did you use it? Oh shit. Okay. I'm apparently I'm not in the kitchen. I guess.
You take a picture of my feet.
No, I didn't take pictures.
I say shoot the garlic. You didn't do it.
I think that's at that point in the cameras. This is what I go through. Anyway, yes. So so it tasted good, no? The garlic.
It's garlic.
Oh, really? So basically, wild garlic. It's like just the leaf, and it has almost almost every property similar to garlic. And it was yes, and it was yeah. It was a walk back, and then we had to take the train. We walked for how many? 14? No, 14 or 8. Why am I remembering 14 and 8 at the same time? Yeah, so yeah, that was our hike. It was quite interesting. You would be seeing, I'm sure I'll put videos in here, but you see some of the pictures. Most of the highlights will go onto my Instagram. But yeah, it was quite a nice experience, and then I'm hoping to do it again. 14 yes, 14 kilometers. So the the other thing here is we are going to be doing this more. I think it's high time I started doing things out of my comfort zone. We are going to have a strategy for this. Like maybe I've not told you this. I wanted us to do inner London, or like London, if there are any hike trails and or parks. We will do that, shoot videos there, and da da da. Yes, we would have to go out. Yes, but then we are baby hikers, so we have to start from. Yes, I am the one who was tired, and yes, I am a baby hiker. So yes, I'm a baby hiker, and then I want to start with smaller trails. Don't worry, me, I'm just tagging myself as one. So, baby hiker, we are going to do smaller trails in inside of London and then right outside of London. When when we do that, we are going to expand, go to other regions, try. I don't know where trails are. Maybe Manchester, Liverpool. I don't know, but we are going to definitely go to the countryside, check out a bunch of trails, and then eventually try to leave London and then go to other countries, maybe Europe. Tuscany is not for hiking. You go hike in Tuscany, Florence. You go hike in Florence. Okay. Anyways, yes. So this has been our story about how we went for hiking for the first time. Hopefully, there will be more videos about hiking, other trails that we went on, and then I'll do a proper vlog on our hikes. Right? Maybe I would vlog during the hike as well. That might be fun, no? Yeah, I think this is a more of a sit down type. So the other videos will be more like during the hike, talk to the camera and stuff like that. So yeah, this has been me. This has been Hope.
So this has been Ask. Thank you so much, Diaspora. Comment, like and subscribe, share, tell a friend.
If your YouTuber, if your favorite YouTuber said comment, like and subscribe instead of like, comment and subscribe, would you be happy? It has to be it has to be in a specific order. It has to be like, comment and subscribe. Please write in the comment if it has to be in that order. Like, comment and subscribe.
Nobody cares about the
No, it has to be said in a specific. It has to be in a specific way. Like, comment and subscribe.
Let me have this.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a nice day or week or whatever.
See ya.